So what's happening, Jet Nation? This is GreenBean here with another video in the middle of a week of being perplexed, confused, sad, a little sad. I gotta admit it, I'm a little sad, angry. All negative stuff. It's been tough. You know, we talk about the expectations for this season, and you know, I think the most disappointing thing is that a lot of us, and this is where I reside, didn't expect too much. We thought it would be a season of growth, of progress, of mistakes, lots of rookies, you know, from the coaches down to the players and all over the place. We knew it was going to be sloppy and ugly and all that. But the one place I am really confused is the lack of fire. Like, there's very little passion. It looks very Gase-like as far as just the overall atmosphere and attitude. And I can't help but be confused by that. You know, one of the things I thought that we were getting with Saleh was a motivator, right? That was the goings word on Saleh, was this guy makes people want to run through walls. We heard it numerous players from the San Francisco 49ers. We heard Juszczyk saying, Saleh spoke before a game and I wanted to smash my head through the table. Great. Now we hear, you know, Saleh post-game this last week said, it's not my job to motivate these guys. These are grown men. And that is the exact opposite of what I thought we were getting. Not that I expected him to be Rex Ryan yelling and screaming. Not that I expected him to be Greg Williams, you know, ripping into people, or Parcells, right? But I thought we would get a passion-filled, fiery atmosphere. And we're not seeing that. So I'm confused. I really am. Like, I'm confused. You know, the team is not taking to what we are putting out there. I mean, it's evident. They could say whatever they want. Morgan Moses and Sheldon Rankins can complain about the Patriots running up the score, and they're pissed. And yeah, that's great. Those are words. Those are words. If you want them to stop running up the score, stop them. Score your own points. Do something, right? So we're not seeing that. So I'm really confused. And that leads me to the trade this week, which is the trade for Flacco. And I've gone round and round about this, trying to figure out the logic, right? Trying to figure it out. We trade for a guy that was on our roster last year, and I can understand not wanting to bring him back. Flacco is not known to be a mentor. I mean, he's even gone as far as to say it's not his job to be a mentor when he was with Drew Lock in Denver. So I can understand it. You know, maybe he didn't do much with Sam and all that. You just say, okay, well, we want to have young guys in here, and if we do have a vet, we want somebody that's going to actually take time and whatever. You know, spend it with Zach or whatever. So we brought in Josh Johnson. He hasn't made it onto the active roster, but he is there. We've had a vet quarterback on the roster or on the team since the middle of the preseason, right? So that's all great. Some people wanted more. They wanted the number 2 quarterback to be a vet, and I understand that. But we did have a vet quarterback in here, Josh Johnson, and we wanted to put the young guys out front. So Zach gets hurt. Now you need a number 2. If you don't feel that Josh Johnson is the capable number 2, you like him in the mentor role, but not so much as somebody who might need to play. Okay, I understand that. So Mike White's out front. You don't really love Josh Johnson, so you're going to bring in another quarterback. But you trade a 6th, potentially a 5th round pick for a quarterback who can't come up here and play, whatever the reasons are. He can't be available this first week. Was he not going to be available for the Eagles this week too? I just don't understand it. He's got to move. Okay, there's something there. Maybe he's got to get vaccinated. I don't know what it is, but he can't be here. So Zach's supposed to be out 2 to 4 weeks. Now Saleh said that he is planning for the worst. So you think 4 weeks, maybe 5. So 4 or 5 weeks, but Flacco's not going to be here for the first week, so you have potentially Mike White starting for 3 weeks. Is a 6th-round pick enough for a couple of weeks? Let's say it's 3. Let's say it's 4. 4 weeks. A 6th-round pick for 4 weeks of backup. And you like Josh Johnson in the mentor role. He's still there with the young guys or whatever. Okay. But Salah's answers to that question, well, what's the deal? You said Mike White starting, Josh Johnson's going to be number 2. What's going to happen? And he talked himself into circles. If you guys didn't hear that, take a look at Salah's press conference on Tuesday, the day after the trade. His answers were so confusing that it reeked of somebody who didn't know what he was going to do. And that leads me to the other side of what Joe Douglas could be doing with Flacco, is putting the vet in, just putting his foot down and saying, okay, we have the young quarterback. Mike White's not going to show me anything about this offense. I don't love the offense. I don't love the performance. I don't love the way the players are taken to it. The offensive line seems shitty. The wide receivers are all over the place. The quarterback can't hit anybody. We can't hit screens. Everybody's all over. So I want to get a vet in here, somebody I know can play, at least average. He can at least be an average quarterback. I want to get him in here. I'm willing to put a 6th-round pick on the table for it because I want to see what this offense looks like. If that's what he's doing, I get the feeling that one of 2 things. One is Salah didn't know about the trade beforehand. Joe Douglas told him, hey, this is what's going on. Because the day before, Salah talked up Mike White, talked up Josh Johnson. So it gives me the idea that, one, he didn't know about the trade and doesn't really understand the logic of it yet. Number 2, didn't want the trade and doesn't like it. So now he's forced to answer questions and make them sound good for something that he's not in favor of. And that leads me to, if that's the case, that leads me to really feeling firmer, not convinced, but I feel a little stronger that Joe Douglas is putting these guys on alert. Yes, we knew you were going to be rookies. We knew you were going to be sloppy, but I'm not getting what I thought I was getting from these guys. The offense is lost. The defense can't stop a screen. 3 rookie quarterbacks, and then you tell me that your job isn't to motivate them. You didn't even stand up for your quarterback when he got his knee dove at. Nobody cared. It's not what I want, man. So, look, I'm not convinced, I'm not 100%, but that's what Salah's answers made me think, one of those 2 things. Now, I could be wrong, but it made me think, 1, he didn't know about the trade till last minute. Joe just said, hey, this is what I did. Figure out a way for Flacco to get in there as quick as possible. That's what I want to see. Number 2, he didn't like the trade. He wanted to go at Mike White and Josh Johnson. Those are his guys. Don't forget, though, GM brings in players, but he's working with the coaches and what they think they need, right? That's what good GMs do. They don't steamroll guys, unless you have to. So if that's the case, then at bare minimum, LaFleur's on alert. I think maybe the whole coaching staff. If you see yourself sliding down the toilet, and it's not what you thought you were hiring, pull the plug quick. Now, I'm not saying they should, or that I want it, or that's what I think 100%, but it's making me think that. So what do you guys think? Do you think maybe LaFleur at minimum is being put on alert by we're going to see what Flacco can do in there for 3, 4, 5 weeks? Or do you think this is just a big bunch of craziness and nobody knows what they're doing? Everybody's running around like a chicken with their head cut off. I think there's logic here. So let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to follow us. Get into the conversation at Jetnation.com. And you can follow us on Instagram, Jetnation.com. Jetnation on YouTube and Twitter. Or you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, GreenBean the Jetsfan. And I look forward to hearing your comments. I'm interested. I'm curious. So, have a great day. And as always, go Jets.